welcome, yogis. Let's see, I don't have my watch on. It's almost 12 o'clock. Welcome as I see you joining. I really ask that you check in and just say hello. Just type in hello that you're here or send some hearts out. I just think it's so important that we share, a little bit of that back and forth. So I say it almost every class, but I do mean it. It just, as if we're in a live studio, just still interacting with one another. So check in. Hi, Fran. See, now I feel like I've got a nice energy. We're all interacting, and it fills me up as I fill you up so as well. So it's this beautiful back and forth, this give and receive and give, right? So, hi, Fran and Catherine and Jean, and Carl. Nice to have you. Very nice. And Johnny sent out some hearts. Hello, Johnny. And also, Garnett, I want to send out love to you and your sweet doggy. I hope everything is okay. We all adore you, and we support you with the love to your dog. So if you're out there, we love you. I hope she's okay. And I know, hello, Joe. Good morning. Good to be back. I'm sure you had a wonderful time in the Cape. We have all the doggies in the house today, all 5 of them, and the cat. I'm just going to see if I can get you a little view of the cat. He perches on the chair right next to the computer. Let's see if this works. Waiting to see what trouble he can get up to. And one class, I'm not sure if it was chair yoga, he actually climbed onto the keyboard of my computer and basically sat right in front of the camera. So, as you know, the animals are basically in charge in my house. So, there it is. Keeps me. Good morning, Lorraine and Mark. Hello, Mark. Joanna, nice to have you. What a scorcher, yes. And Barbara, Ron, and LJ. I hope LJ is staying cool. Love to all those animals, right? We need to make sure we don't keep them outside too long. Get them back inside or in the shade and make sure they drink their water. I actually had my dogs out before class and then put a whole kind of bowl of ice cubes in their water bowl, their water dish, which they adore. They then kind of fish around in there, and then water goes all over the kitchen, and then they find each individual ice cube and go off and start chewing them, and then I end up stepping in them, puddles of leftover ice cubes, but they love that. So, all right, so here we are. I have my chair, my blocks are somewhere. I haven't taught here since last week. So as you all know, I've been up in Chatham with my teachers, doing some lovely trainings up there, which has been just incredible, and just enjoying it immensely. Lots of hard work, but so good, so good. And so blocks and your chair and your spirit and your love and your smiles is what we'll bring today, okay? There are my blocks. Perfect. So, as we find our seat, just allow yourself to quiet and settle in. If you are in a chair, maybe come and sit to the edge of the chair a little bit more so that you can really get some nice length into your back. And then here I go with different options. If you are in a bed, stay there and need to stay there. Get a little length in your spine and just begin to just allow space. So for wherever we are, we just want to kind of move our bodies a little bit. Let ourselves just drop into this beautiful practice, this practice together. So just feel the sit bones dropping down and the spine, each vertebrae beginning to lengthen a little bit, and just allow the breath to just sigh. So take a nice inhale here and exhale out through the mouth. There it is, this warm day. So just allowing yourself to quiet and come into your space of your practice. This practice of yoga, so many things. We come here, we move, right, through these poses, through these asanas, as they're called. And we practice focusing our minds, especially, I don't know if you notice, but being home to practice, how distractible the mind can be. Just one more thing in the other room, or one more conversation with somebody, and how just easily we get out of our focus of what we're doing in the present moment. Chair yoga. So just notice that is a little more difficult than it might have been, and enjoy it, embrace it, right? Embracing these challenges. And take another breath through the nose, out through the mouth, and again, out through the mouth, and then just softly close the lips and keep the breath in and out through the nose. If it doesn't feel okay to just be in and out through the nose, then open up the mouth and let the exhales come out through the mouth, right? No problem. You can sit a little taller, or if you're laying, get down. Again, just get a little bit more reach. Soften the muscles of the face, right? Notice if maybe your mind is still busy with thoughts or things to do or conversations of the past or the future, and see if you can just allow this armor of your face to soften. Relaxing the eyebrows, the eyelids, those cheeks. Relax the lips, the tongue, the jaw. And then today, this always happens. Hold on, I'm gonna unplug my phone. I'm having one of these days where all the little details are kind of not going so well, so sorry about that. So today we're going to take and open up this mouth and stick out our tongues a little bit, just sort of letting that tongue rest onto the bottom lip. And then we're going to kind of attempt to curl the tongue and take the breath in and out that way. So I'll just show you. And you'll notice as you take this breath, it's like curled tongue and the air coming in. There's a sound, first of all. There's also a cooling breath that you can feel, especially on that inhale. Your tongue will dry a little bit, so notice that. If it feels too much for you, you can always pause and re-moisten the tongue. Actually, I find that more moisture, more saliva kind of builds from this breath, which is great. And it's a nice cooling breath as we breathe in and out. And then stay with that breath a few rounds. Just notice as we cool our bodies today. Play with it. Beautiful. And then just let it release. Let the mouth relax. Let the tongue relax. And feel, again, as you sit tall or lay tall. And bring these palms together at our heart center as we bow into our practice today, just honoring ourselves, honoring each other, and sending love out to those around us. And then sending that love to ourselves as well. And then from here, just begin to lift your head. We're going to take an inhale for Om. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to bring these arms down alongside us. Yeah, and we're going to begin to circle these wrists one direction. We don't want to get our bodies too warm today. This temperature definitely is going to be one of the warmer days we've had, right? So we just want to kind of manage, keep it a little bit more of a cool practice. Oops, Johnny, I just got that, can't see it. And then from here, we're going to begin to circle the wrist the other direction. Just feel that nice movement into the wrists. And then from here, we're going to just take these hands and we're going to stretch the palms. Doesn't matter which direction, so just get them nice and active. And then make a fist. So again, make this about you. If you have arthritis, obviously you want to watch how deep you squeeze and just give these hands a little bit of time to get moving. So stretch the palms again. And then squeeze, making a nice fist, a fist that's all about you. And then again, re-stretch the hands, those palms open up. And then making a fist again. Good, one more. Beautiful, and then making that fist. Love it. Now from here, we're just going to take these hands, lightly shake them, or maybe it's a little more vigorous if that feels good to you. And just get all that blood circulating into the hands, into the wrists, even the arms. You might even take these hands and lift them up over your head. And then from here, you might bring them back down if you lifted them. Perfect. And then just pause. Just feel the tingling into the fingertips, into the arms. See if you can sit a little bit taller if you began to round and collapse. Beautiful. And then from here, take that right shoulder. We're going to begin to circle it one direction. Yes, finding that movement into the shoulders. Notice how it feels. You might begin to open it up. We all have one shoulder that's a little bit lazy. And see if you can get a little bit more movement into it. Excuse me. Beautiful. And then circling the other direction. Yeah, just get that nice movement. Relax the neck. Perfect. And then from here, just let that arm dangle down. That right arm's going to dangle down. And we're just going to take it a little bit behind us. And as you do, just feel some nice space come into the front of that right shoulder. Good. And then from here, begin to take it out in front and then up shoulder height. And look, I'm spreading my hands. My palm is active here. Should feel good. And then relax, let that arm come down. And then take it a little bit behind you. So keeping that chest facing forward, that alignment of the shoulders and hips. And then take that arm, begin to bring it back up, shoulder height. And then down. And a little bit behind you. Lifting the chest slightly, breathing into the front of that right shoulder. Good. And then again, out in front. And then down. And a little bit behind you. Beautiful. Now just bring it down alongside you. And we're going to take this arm, this right arm, and we're going to take it out to a T. Yeah? So just feel nice energy through that center finger, that middle finger reaching long, a little bit of space into that right shoulder. Notice if you can feel that. And then from here, we're just going to begin to make some small circles into that shoulder. Now, I do encourage you, keep sitting tall, keep lifting your mula bandhas, that pelvic floor. Good. One more circle this direction. And then slowly heading the other direction. Yes, working the arms a little bit, the front and the back, the arms, the shoulders, the chest. Beautiful. And now turn this palm up. A little bit more. Now turn it down, just down. 2 more like that. Turn it up. Yes, I know we're working these arms. And down. 1 more. Up. And then down. Now let this arm come down. Oh, and shake out that whole arm. Should feel good. Yeah? And then placing that right hand onto that right thigh. That left arm comes down alongside. Beautiful. And just feel that nice sort of just hanging for a moment, allowing space to come to the shoulder. And then from here, we're going to take and circle one direction. Maybe this is that lazy shoulder. Maybe the shoulder right off the bat has more movement. So in this practice of yoga, we get to observe ourselves. Observe our reaction to things, observe our mind even wandering away, and then bringing it back. 1 more this direction. Beautiful. Now switch. We're going to head the other direction. 2 more. Relax the neck. 1 more. I did 2. Okay, so there we go. It's one of those days with me. So as we sit tall, we're going to take this arm and we're going to take it a little bit behind us. So as you do, notice the front of that right shoulder, that left shoulder. Sit tall, open it up, relax the shoulder and lengthen the neck. And then from here, we're going to take this arm, we're going to bring and reach it out in front. Active fingertips, nice stretch of the hand, and then slowly bring it down, and then a little bit behind us. Heart opens. Good. Now we'll sweep it back up, fingertips out in front, nice little reach. And then down, and then a little bit behind. Feel the space into the front of the shoulder. Good, and again. Down and up, shoulder height, nice active fingertips. And then slow back down and a little bit behind us, opening up that chest. Last one, bringing it down and up, reaching out in front. And then down and a little bit behind, nice stretch into the front of the shoulder, muscles into the back of the shoulder, working a little bit. And then arm just comes down, sit tall. And then from here, we're going to take this left arm and we're going to take it out to a T, out to the side, fingertips reaching long, space into that shoulder socket. Think about opening that up, breathing fresh oxygen into it. Take a breath. And again. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take this arm and we're going to begin to make some small circles. Hello, Priscos. How are you? One direction. Sit tall and just feel. If it feels too much, you can always go into something a little less sort of reachy, a little less intense for you. And then switch. Head the other way. Good. Really nice. 1 more. I know it's a lot. Because there's a little bit more here, okay? So remember, we're sitting tall or laying tall. The muscles are nice and strong. We're going to just turn this palm up. Beautiful. And then bring it down. 2 more. Turn that palm up. Feel this movement into the shoulder and down. Good. 1 more. Turn the palm up and then down. And then let this arm come down and give it a nice little shakeroo. Good. A lot of work there. Notice how it feels. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to take and bring these hands down onto the tops of our knees or a little above the knees, so whatever feels healthy or reachable to you. And we're going to take and begin to lift the heart and move into this cow pose. So as we do that, the chest goes forward, the tail softly reaches behind, and let the shoulders melt away from the ears. We're going to pause here. This is that cow pose. Notice the space that you're breathing in to the front of the body, and then notice also the back of the body. Let the heart open. Try not to be forceful here, but more curious as you let the shoulders Relax, the shoulder blades gently draw together. Take another breath. Beautiful. Now very slow. We're going to come back to a neutral spine. Don't rush this. Shoulders over the hips, right? Neutral spine. Take a nice inhale when it comes. And then slow, we're going to begin to round back into a cat. Take your time. This, for some of us, is a big stretch into the lower back. And just breathe there. Let the body warm up. So don't force into it, which then some reason that mind wants to grab onto everything negative. See if you can be a little bit more gentle with yourself, a little kinder with yourself. Take another breath here and just allow this body to slowly open up. Now, next inhale, lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor, and begin to move into that cow. Notice how it feels, heart opens. Capture your next exhale and round back into that cat. Okay, there's our breath movement, your breath as we lift towards that cow. Chest lifts, shoulders melt. Exhale as you round into that cat. Tail tucks, chin tucks. Good. Inhale again, coming back, lifting the chest, shoulders melt, tail reaches. And exhale as we tuck and round. Belly draws in, there's kind of a hollowing out that occurs. 2 more rounds. Inhale to your cow. Exhale as you round and tuck your tail and chin to your cat. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to come back up. Neutral spine. Shoulders going to stack over the hips. And we're going to take these arms and reach them up to the sky. That first nice side stretch from the sit bones to the fingertips, right? And just walk it out a little bit. Noticing as you breathe and move what connection you have. Maybe there's an inhale as you lift one arm and an exhale as you shift the other way, right? So just kind of whatever feels right here. If you find you're moving with the breath and the arms are the same arm, then just take a moment and see if you can switch it, right? So switching that inhale to a different arm. Exhaling. Nice. Just notice how that feels wherever you are with this. Now both arms are going to reach up to the sky. Belly draws in. And then from here, we're going to take these arms, we're going to turn the palms out, and we're going to brush out. So both arms are reaching out to that T. Notice how it feels. Get that space into the sockets. Neck is long, and we're going to circle both arms. Yes, we are. Building some strength, building some focus for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring these arms back up to the sky. Hands come back to that heart center. Bow in. Pause. Coming back to that space of kindness. Noticing maybe if your mind hooked on to negativity. Oh, my arms are tired. Oh, this arm is so weak. Whatever it is that might have come into your mind, whether it be towards your physical body or towards something around you, see if you can shift that. Okay, so here we're going to sweep the arms back up, that nice reach, and then we're going to exhale, turn the palms out, come back to that T. Now here's what I'm asking you to do. We have the tendency to do the same direction or same movement over and over again. I know that I went forward on those circles. That's just how I am. So maybe you can notice that and do an opposite direction. So just take a moment. If it feels really comfortable and easy to move into it, then you probably make that your habitual direction. Good. 3, wherever you're going with this. 2. And that 1. This time, let the arms hang down. Feel good? And give them another little shake. Why is she doing so much shoulder stuff? So we got these shoulders awake. We're going to begin to take and open up this chest a little bit more. So let's sit on a little angle here. We're going to take both arms slightly behind us, right? Sitting tall. Palms are going to turn in and face each other. And that chest, I want you to lift the belly and then begin to lift the chest. Take a breath here. With the exhale, lift the chest a little bit more. Good. Feel the breath, just rise and fall. Good. One more. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to just take these arms and we're going to sweep them out in front, but then a little bit higher and come forward slightly. So we're in this chair pose. Breathing, soles of the feet on the earth, belly drawing in and out. Some muscles engaging, but not locking. Let the shoulders melt down the back of the body. Take another breath. Inhale. With the exhale, lift the belly, lift the chest a little bit. Find the next inhale. And then let the hands come back down on the exhale underneath the shoulders. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to take these arms again a little bit behind us. Now, I'm going to offer some options. I'm going to turn my chair so you can see. And some of this depends on what type of chair you're sitting on. So, arms are down alongside. If it feels okay on the shoulders, see if you can slip your hands around the back of the chair, right? And again, it depends on what chair. You can bring them also to the seat of the chair. Lift the belly in and up and just go forward a little bit. And then shoulders melt down the back of the body and heart opens, right? So a little bit of a stretch into the shoulders. So I'm going to take my hands a little bit higher and show you maybe a deep version. Be really mindful of how it feels for you. And stay connected to your core so this doesn't land into your lower back. Should feel good. Nice stretch. Beautiful. One more breath. Now, lift the belly in and up. Gaze is out in front. Release the arms, and if it is okay, take them into that chair pose. Good. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Take another breath. Now, this time, bring the hands down to the knees. Shoulders stack over the hips. Just notice how you feel. And we're going to move into cow. Take an inhale to cow, a little bit more of that shape. But then very slowly, we're going to reach back into that cat. Should feel good. Nice stretch of the lower back. Good. Take another breath. Here in cat. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze goes back out in front. Shoulders stack over the hips. We're in neutral now. Nice neutral Tadasana spine. Shoulders somewhat over hips, a beautiful natural curve of our lumbar spine. And then from here, we're going to take this back hand, this right hand for me, maybe for you, it's the left, doesn't matter. We're going to take that hand and just wrap it around the back of the chair, so just that one. And then we're going to take this left hand and slide it to the right knee, growing long here. And then just take a little bit of a twist, doesn't need to be huge, right? Relax the shoulders and just feel the belly button draws in and the vertebrae begin to, this is kind of shifting, right? As we twist gently to the right. Belly lifts. Yeah, you can feel the ribs, the chest, the shoulders. Maybe the gaze goes over that shoulder. It doesn't have to. You can keep it a little bit more neutral. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then slow on the release, please. Hands come to the knees. And we're going to move back into that cat pose again. Slow. Doesn't need to be huge. I'm going to say that over and over today. It's warm. We just want to get some nice movement. Lift the belly and stack the shoulders again. And then from here, the opposite hand finds that edge of the chair. We're going to sit nice and tall, and then this right hand slips to the outside of that left knee, if that's the direction you're going. Draw the belly in and up, and it's a small twist here. Belly twist, ribs twist, chest, then the shoulders. Open it up and breathe for 2. Breathing for 1. And on that slow release, hands come back, finding the knees or the thighs. And this time we're going to inhale to that cow. Slow exhale into that cat, really touching base with the back of the body. Now, from here, we're going to come back up, and as you begin to reach long, take these arms up over your head. We're going to hook the thumbs, lift the belly in and up. Take a nice inhale when it arrives, and then exhale over to the right. Nice side stretch. Breathing for 2 there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, we're going to bring these fingertips back up to the sky. We're going to switch the hook of the thumbs. Take another breath. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale over to the left. Breathing into that right edge of the body for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Now come back up, arms to the sky. Release the hook of the thumbs. Palms are facing towards each other. And we're going to take another breath, capturing your inhale when you find it. And then arms are going to come down. And they're going to reach behind us. And we're going to reach forward a little bit. Palms facing each other. This is that nice seated Shalabhasana, that locust. Open up the heart, melt the shoulders. One more breath here. Beautiful. Sweep the arms back up. So we're kind of reaching towards that chair. Take a breath, inhale. And on the exhale, arms come back up. From here, that right hand's going to cross over to that left knee. And that left hand, this time, it either can take the chair or slip into your lower back. Notice what happens into that left shoulder. Maybe you get a little bit more activity there of a stretch. Inhale. And then begin to take that twist. Remember, let it start into sort of that navel. Then begin to feel it moving through the ribs. And then begin to feel it moving into that chest. And then the shoulders, the collarbones open up. Take another breath for 2. Gaze might go over that left shoulder. You might keep it in a neutral Tadasana. One more breath. Now, from here, we're going to take this left hand, we're going to sweep it up to the sky, and we're going to turn our torso back to neutral, keeping that right hand on that left knee. Take a breath, inhale, and then there's that side stretch as we reach over to the right again. But notice that nice cupping of that right hand onto that left thigh. Stay long in the spine. One more breath. And then as we bring this left arm back up to neutral to the sky, we're going to take that right arm up as well. Take a breath. Inhale. And hands come down to our heart space as we exhale. Anjali Mudra, allowing that forehead to melt to the heart. And just pausing there. So just again, not getting our bodies too warm, taking a little pause, tapping into that love out into the world that we send to others, but also that love to ourselves. One more breath. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're just going to come back to the twist on the other side. So take the arms, begin to sweep them up to the sky. Nice big reach here. Inhale. And then exhale. From here, we're going to take a nice inhale. That left hand's going to come across to that right knee or the outer edge of it. And that right hand, again, it can come to the chair like we did earlier, or it can slip into your lower back. So just notice, sit tall. Chest is still facing forward. Just take a moment to breathe into that right shoulder. Let the shoulders melt. Find your next inhale. And then again, we're going to begin that twist from the waist into the ribs, then the chest, then the shoulders, opening them up, getting some space into the collarbones. Gaze may or may not go over that right shoulder, not forcing it. Good, one more breath. Now, from here, we're going to take that right arm. We're going to unravel it, lifting the belly, so long into the spine. And then we're going to begin to turn a little bit back to neutral, slow. So you can notice that the core needs to support that movement. Take an inhale when it comes. And then take this arm over a little bit to the left. Nice stretch into the right edge of the body. Breathe in for 2. And for 1. Now from here, we're going to take this right arm, it's going to come back to neutral. And we're going to switch the sequence, taking that right hand to the outside of that left knee. So arms are crossed here. We're going to roll the shoulders down the back of the body. And then we're going to take and open our chest, sending it a little bit more forward. Yes, just feel the space, a little bit of that activity of the muscles of the core and the back, shoulders melting away from the ears. Capture an inhale. Belly draws in nice and slow. We're going to move to that cat back, but keeping this nice cross of the arms. Slow, please. And just breathe into the back of the body. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Allowing each inhale to open you. And that exhale to allow you to kind of move into that new space. And again. One more breath. Now slow, pelvic floor lifts, lifting those mula bandhas, lifting the core. Gaze goes up. We're going to take these arms and open them up. So there's that beautiful suggestion, that receiving of all this goodness, all this love, right? So we send it out to the world. We receive it back and give it to ourselves. One more breath here. Now, from here, we're going to take these arms up, turn the palms out, and as we begin to brush them out to that T, we're then going to turn the palms a little bit behind us and slip them both the hands into the lower back with the palms facing out. So a little bit more of that shoulder and that heart opening. Sit a little taller, shoulders melt down the back of the body, and the elbows draw together as that chest lifts a little bit. Chin can even lift here slightly. Don't throw it into the back of the neck, please. One more breath. Feels good. And then gaze comes back to neutral. Hands are just going to slide down alongside your body. Let the shoulders hang for a moment. And then hands come to the knees. Let's have these feet come a little bit wider before we come up to standing. I had some almonds before I taught, which are now revisiting my throat. So hands can stay onto the tops of the knees, and you can come forward like that, right? A little bit of that Ardha Uttanasana, elbows behind, or if it feels okay onto your back, bring these forearms down, right? A little deeper of a stretch. So fingertips can come together, nice soft touch today. Almost like you have a candle lit and you're protecting that flame. And then just rock a little bit side to side. Feels nice into the lower back. Weight shifting a little bit in the feet. If you're in your bed and it feels right, you can slide the soles of the feet onto the earth with the knees bent. Yeah, and a little bit of a rounding of the back, if that feels nice. One more breath like this. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to just take and tuck the chin, slide the hands to the tops of the knees, draw the belly in. Very slow, controlled. We're going to roll ourselves up. A lot of spine work. Shoulders roll up towards the ears and then down the back of the body as we revisit that Tadasana. Now, from here, we're going to take and come up to standing. So remember, all of this, you're welcome to stay in the chair and do some of these movements that I'm going to do standing from your chair, making modifications. So Never judge, always find what's right for you, especially with this heat. You may not want to come up to standing because of the heat, you're just more comfortable. So whatever it is for you. Again, today's practice, keeping it a little bit more easeful with the heat. Hands are going to be on the back of the chair. If you're staying in your seat, again, we're just finding that nice Tadasana seat or that Tadasana spine standing. Shoulders, nice restful shoulder, but kind of down the back of the body. What I mean by restful is they're not up by the ears. We're not holding all that tension and all that negative thoughts. We're allowing all of that to slip off of us. Shoulders melt away. Heart is spacious. That chest is spacious. Yeah, and there's this energy of shoulders, hips, ankles, right? And then from here, we're going to take this right foot and we're going to step it back. So we're on the ball of the foot. And that left knee is over that left ankle. So you can go much deeper if you like, but still have that alignment of the knee over the ankle. Gaze is out in front. I'm going to go a little closer. And we're just going to roll up onto the ball of that back foot, right? So if you're in the chair, you can take that right leg out in front of you and just flex and point the foot. Same if you're in bed. Flex and point. Get some nice energy into the calf, into the shin, but also into the ball of the foot. Yeah, and if you're standing, you're going to notice that the legs are also working here. Good, one more. Beautiful. Now, we're going to take that right heel, and we're just going to spin it down to the earth. And the toes are at about 2 o'clock on the face of a clock if you're staring out at 12. And then that left knee stays bent. And we're going to lift our chest a little bit. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Take your breath, building for 2 more breaths, some strength, some lifting, some connection to the earth, and that lifting to the sky. 1 more breath. And then from here, we're going to take this front leg, and we're going to extend it long. Just take a moment, just let the toes kind of relax and spread a little bit into the earth so we're not gripping as much. And then we're going to lengthen our spine and then begin to just melt forward. So with this, that right hip's in neutral and that left hip shifts back slightly. And we're going to suggest with this back right foot, if you want to step it in, turn the toes a little bit more forward, do it, right? Honor your body. Notice how deep the stretches are and find a nice space that for you is breathable, as workable. Hands can stay on the back of the chair or forearms can come down. Hands might come to the seat. Find a breath, belly draws in, spine lengthens, and exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more breath. And that exhale. And then slow, these hands are going to come back up to the chair. Belly draws in. If you brought the hands down. And then from here, we're going to bend this front knee again. If you brought that back foot forward, open it up again. Toes at 2 o'clock. Gaze out in front. Taking this right arm up to the sky. Find a breath. And then slow, begin to take it a little bit over to the left. So there again is that nice stretch through the edge of the body. We did it twice. We did it with the thumbs hooked in the seat, and we did it after that twist, right, with one arm. So just notice it, breathe into it, find that balance and focus. Perfect. And then slowly, this right hand comes back down to the chair. And this is where we're going to take and roll back to the ball of the foot. So we're back into that lunge. Gaze is going to be out in front. Hands on the chair, right? And then we're going to step forward. Knees are bent. We're stepping into Utkatasana, chair pose, One hand can be down, both hands can be down, or both arms lifted, but we're breathing. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Find your breath. Lift the pelvic floor. Again, inhale or exhale. Beautiful. Now, we're going to come up. I'm going to have both arms out. We're going to come up, but we're going to take these arms, bring them down, and then take them a little bit behind us and move into that Shalabhasana. Heart lifts, fingertips reaching back, strong inner thighs. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Stay for the whole breath. And then gaze back out in front. Hands come back to the chair. Should feel great. Lots of energy through the spine, through the front of the body. I don't know, can you see these little doggies here? They are taking over the mat. I think they miss me when I'm not here during the day, on the weekends. So standing back, finding that Tadasana, hands onto the chair just to cut that nice neutral. And same thing, if you're sitting or laying down, there's still this nice activity through the feet to the crown of the head. 1 more breath here. Gaze out in front. And then we're going to take this left foot and we're going to step it back, right? And to start, we're on the ball of that back foot. So your stance can be as deep as you want, but try and keep that alignment of that front knee over the ankle. Gaze out in front, long spine, and then we're going to roll up onto the ball of the foot. So same thing, if you're in a chair or laying in a bed, you're flexing and pointing this left leg. Standing, you might feel a little bit more of the muscles working and stabilizing you in that right leg. Feels good. Just think about the stretch you're getting and the movement of blood into these feet, into these calves and shins. 1 more. Feels nice. And then from here, we're going to take that back heel and we're going to bring it down. So again, your stance can always come a little bit longer. Mine would, but I have 2 redheads behind me. And imagining again, you're facing 12 o'clock onto the face of a clock, and your toes on your left foot are at about 10 o'clock. Gaze out in front. Virabhadrasana 1, building some strength. Relax the toes, so spread them a little bit. Let them work a little bit, yes, but we're not crushing into them and crunching them all up and gripping, spreading them. And then here's that option. You can take both arms, you can take no arms, you can take 1 arm up to the sky. You can even take this left arm to your hip. So many options. Take a breath, lift the belly, and then over to the right a little bit. So we're getting that lovely lengthening into the left side of the body. Find another breath. Good, 1 more. Back through to your neutral. We're going to take and bring this left hand down to the earth. We're going to roll to the ball of that left foot. And we're going to take this front leg and we're going to begin to lengthen it. So option, you can step that foot in a little bit more so that the heel comes down onto the earth. We're going to lengthen our spine, so nice and long. And then hands to the chair as you begin to fold forward. Let the elbows kind of reach behind you. Let that right hip roll back. If you like to go deeper, hands can come to the seat of the chair. But again, notice what your body needs in this stretch. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. And I'm going to add 1 more breath because it just didn't feel like we were there enough for this. There it is. And then slow and controlled, belly draws in. Hands come back to the top of the chair if you brought them down. Bend that front knee, lifting back up. Gaze out in front, and then here we go. We're going to find that ball of that back foot. Right knee stays a little bent, and we're going to take and step this back foot forward, and we're going to sit into that chair, Utkatasana. Energize the inner thighs, and if you like, reach one arm or both arms. Keeping the hands down is that option. Of course, hands at the hips. Of course, all of these are good. Take another breath, build some strength. Good. Find that next inhale. And with the exhale, begin to push out of the feet and come up to standing. We're going to take these arms down alongside us. Reach them a little bit behind us. Inhale. Open up into Shalabhasana. Heart lifts. Fingertips reach a little bit behind. Palms kind of facing each other, right? One more breath. And then that gaze comes back out in front. Hands come back to that chair. You're in a neutral spine. Tadasana. Breathing. One more. Beautiful. And then very slowly from here, just going to step back from that chair a little bit. Gaze is out in front. And if you're in the chair, we're going to just take and lift the heel and make some kind of circles in the feet if you're in the chair. For standing, we're going to stay a little bit more active into the legs, and we're going to roll up onto balls of feet. As you arrive, I want you to take that chest a little bit more forward, so it's kind of a Shalabhasana. Onto the balls of the feet, capture an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring the heels down and come back to a neutral spine. Good. So again, inhale, lift to the balls of the feet. Lift the chest a little bit. You can notice there's a little slight rounding into the back of the body, lifting of that heart. Find an inhale. And with the exhale, heels come down, gaze come back out into neutral. Good. One more like that. Roll into the balls of the feet, lifting the chest as you exhale. Inhale. And then slow, heels come down, gaze comes back out in front as you exhale. Really nice. And then from here, just shake it out. Just bring the hands to the hips, maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe take the arms up. Should feel good. Good. And then from here, coming back to our chair. Yeah. So if you got up to do some of those standing chair poses, then coming back to the chair. Should feel nice. Same thing, finding your seat. And from here, we're going to take and keep the soles of the feet onto the earth to start. Sit nice and tall. And we're going to take another twist, just a little bit of a final twist, nothing fancy. We're going to take this right hand to the outside of that left knee, and this left hand is going to come either to the waist, to the chair, or slip it into your back with the palm facing out. Grow long on the inhale, and then begin to twist on that exhale. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Now, we're going to soften from this twist a little bit so it's not as deep. And we're going to slide that left leg long. Good. We're going to take another breath. And then a little bit of that twist, that activity of the core lifting. And then we're just going to slide a little bit down the leg. Toes on that left foot to the sky. Heart is opening. Remember, we did a nice big bunch of work on the shoulders. Might feel that now. Good. One more breath. And then slowly, we're going to come out of this. Slow is the word today. Right foot comes back down onto the earth. Neutral spine. Maybe take a breath. Even exhale out through the mouth if your body's getting warm to cool you. And then from here, left hand slides to the outside of that right knee. Right hand, waist, lower back, or chair. You might hook it onto the chair. Grow long. Belly draws in and we take a nice twist. And just feel that nice twist through the spine, up into the heart space, spreading the collarbones. One more breath. And then release a little bit from that twist, so not as deep. And we're going to take that right leg, extending it long, toes to the sky. And then we're just going to slide a little bit down that right leg. And then finding that twist a little bit more. Lots of this lifting of the core, the Mula Bandhas lift in and up. And if that hand is on the chair or the waist or in the lower back, just notice the energy coming to that right shoulder. One more breath. And then very slow, we're going to begin to slide back up. Slide that right foot back in. Neutral spine. Pause. Notice how your body feels. I hope it feels sweet. I hope it feels good. And then from here, options. Keeping that right foot onto the earth. You might lift the heel and make some ankle circles. You might draw the knee in, hands in front of the knee, behind the knee. If you have had some knee issues, sometimes behind the knee is much better. Doesn't get it as tight into the knee, right? So just find what's right, don't judge it, and make those circles. Good. And then switch, head the other way. Feels good. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to make some hip circles. So if your foot is on the earth, right, the hip circles can look like this, right? So we're getting a little more into the hip, but you also are still moving that ankle. Good. And then switch, head the other way. Perfect. Now you know where I'm going on this. We're going to take this ankle. This right ankle, we're either going to cross it over the knee for that seated pigeon or over the ankle, right? Honor. Or find, even that foot can come to the inner edge of the left foot and just let it open. So just find the depth that works for you and honor those beautiful hips. Yeah, sitting tall. Need a good hip stretch. Breathing here, shoulders melt down, away from the ears. Try and release that tension. Breathing in, breathing out. Now here's that option, always an option. Maybe you have and feel like it might be nice for you to lean forward a little bit. It takes it pretty deep, so I really want you to be mindful. It's not, doesn't make this pose better or you a better yogi, right? I have the tightest hips and lower back. I have, a doctor that I see for my shoulders and my knees, and he's always comments on the hips, and just the work that I do to keep them open is the best work I can do. So without forcing, stay moving, stay in that loving kindness to self, to this body. One more breath here, wherever you are. And slow, with love, with care, we're going to bring this foot back down to the earth, sole of the foot onto the earth. A nice little gentle rock. And then coming to the other side, so same thing. Foot can stay on the earth, making some circles into the ankle that way. Or you might lift the knee up, hands in front or behind. On this knee, I'm definitely going behind. And sit tall as you just circle that ankle one direction. Nice. And then head the other direction. Feels good. Just get the blood moving. And then those circles into the hips. So again, foot can be on the earth. You can take the same movement. Switch, head the other way. Perfect. Now, here we go. So there's that option, ankle over knee, ankle over ankle. Maybe that foot slides alongside that right foot and the knee opens up. So again, make it about you. You also know those options where you can put another chair in front of you. I would bring my chair to show you, but my cat is on his whole side and rolled up into a big juicy ball. So I've shown you that. You can take a chair and place this calf or foot on the chair out in front. Sometimes that's really good if you have knees that are bothering you and that mobility in the knee. This does not work as well, this deeper bend. Taking a breath. I'm staying here a little bit more upright, or if you feel it serves you well, right? You can lean into it a little bit more, but you'll know if that's necessary to go a little deeper. One more breath here. And then slowly coming back up. And we're going to take this foot, bring it down to the earth with loving kindness. Nice little massage. And then sliding back into your chair all the way back. As you arrive, again, if you're laying into a bed, just allow that body to shimmy around a little bit. All of us take a nice inhale. Soft exhale out through the mouth. And just pause here. Notice your practice. Notice your body, how it may feel, right? From when we started to now, the blood moving a little bit more freely, circulating. Allow the breath to rise and fall softly with very little effort. And staying here much longer if you like. You can even stay here and bring the legs, go onto the floor and bring the legs over the chair or in your bed, like lifting the legs up. Bringing the palms to Anjali Mudra, sitting tall or laying tall. There is such a thing, right? Take a nice inhale through the nose. First, let's sigh out through the mouth. And inhale together for Om. And as we bow to all that beauty, all that light, all that love inside of me, inside of you. Namaste. Thank you, dear yogis. I hope you enjoyed class. I am so happy to be able to show up for you guys, for myself. It's a pleasure. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I am going to, for the next, couple of Fridays, while I'm doing this training, I'm actually not going to do live videos because the reception is just not very good there. So on Fridays, I am going to do a pre-recorded video that I'm going to put up there. But and every now and again, if the service is good, I'm going to show up. So I hope you can still be a part of it. So don't think that I'm off doing nothing. I might, if the service looks good, I'm going to just be live. So, but I just want to let you all know, like last Friday, the service didn't work, but I'm going to put videos up and possibly show up live, so when I can. Thank you, dear yogis. I really hope you're enjoying, and stay cool, stay safe, and be well. Namaste.